Gentlemen, good day and welcome to Kellton Tech Solutions Limited Q3 and 9 months FY24 Earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touch-tone phone. I would like to thank you all for participating in the company's earnings call for the third quarter of financial year 24. Before we begin, I would like to mention a short cautionary statement. Some of the statements made in the today's conference call may be forward-looking in the nature, and such forward-looking statements are subject to risks and uncertainties, which could cause actual results to differ from those anticipated. Such statements are based on management's belief as well as assumptions made from the information currently available to the management. Audiences are cautioned not to place any undue reliance on these forward-looking statements in making any investment decisions. The purpose of today's earnings conference call is purely to educate and bring awareness about the company's fundamentals, business, and a financial quarter under review. I now would introduce the management participating with us in the today's earnings conference call. We have with us Mr. Niranjan Chintam, Chairman and the whole-time Director, Mr. Karanjit Singh, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Srinivas Potluri, Chief Executive Officer. I would now hand the conference call to Mr. Niranjan Chintam. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Manas, thank you. Just a correction, Srinivas Potluri is not on the call. He had some family situation that he could not join. So just going to be Karanjit and me today. So with that, I want to start off with the revenue numbers. In the Q3 FY24, our revenue for this quarter was about 245 crores, with the EBITDA of about 18 crores and the profit of 8 crores. The EBITDA margin was around 7.6% and the PAT margin of 3.3%. Yes, it was all a challenging quarter for us, just like everybody else in the industry. It has been a challenging quarter. Typically for us, Q3 quarter has been a quarter where the number of billable hours are lower because of the holiday season in the U.S. So hence, typically there is a slight dip in profitability, but in this quarter there were additional challenges, like there were delayed starts. We had won a contract with LIC that required us to ramp up a lot of employees that cost incurred due to that, and other things that we had to do during this quarter, just like everybody else has reported. So that's the reason why it has been a challenging quarter where we had a revenue growth of only 2% over the previous quarter, and the profit would be declined. It's just a one-time event. We believe that it's going to be, and this quarter is looking much better than what last quarter is. But unfortunately, we had to face this last quarter. From a 9-month revenue point of view, we are at 736 crores. This is about 9% year-on-year increase, and an EBITDA of about 73 crores, and a PAT of about 40 crores. With operational highlights, just like we announced already to the market, LIC, we have won an LIC contract, which is an 8-year contract where we are building their whole HR solution for them, where from hiring all the way to pensions will be managed by the system that we are building. And this is a challenging opportunity for us. About 150,000 people will be on this. This is just a continuation of the confidence that industry is showing on us since we won the FCI, and then with Karnataka state government, now with LIC. We also have won about 11 new contracts and new customers this quarter. Despite it being a challenging quarter, the starts are starting later, but we have 11 new customers that we have got them on board. We also the Singapore is showing an uptick in activity, so we have won 2 new customers there, We also have launched a design studio with Kellton. So we are also being recognized there for our design capability, and we are very excited about that. So with that, I want to ask Karanjit to talk about the customer wins that we had during the last quarter. Karanjit, you want to give a sampling of the customer wins that we had last quarter?
Yes. Thank you, Niranjan, and hello, everyone. So, this last quarter, we have added 11 new clients, and the clients are spread across various industries. But I'll give you a little bit of a sample of the kind of work we are doing, and again, this is all good digital work. So one of the clients that we're partnered with is a broadcast media production client, and we are working with them on tracking the real-time viewership data using IoT devices. So we're kind of helping them, upgrade the solution to what they presently have, which is both IoT as well as the software that goes with it. And obviously, it involves a lot of industry protocols. We have signed up we have collaborated with a healthcare client. They were providing end-to-end services, complete SI work. They were helping with the design, manufacturing of VR headset, as well as the, integrating that back to the software that they have, where they kind of do some health monitoring, using the data that they acquire. And they are again trying to do a transformation in the industry using this particular solution. We're happy to be part of that. We have signed up with a leading food and beverage company in India, a very marquee brand, where we're helping them with modernizing their quality control processes, where we kind of help them with SOPs and checklists and things like that. And this is using our own Kellton hyper-automation platform that we have. So this is one good win that we've had. We have also signed up with one of the largest car manufacturing companies, where we're helping them with developing their engineering and data security and communication app that will help their R&D organization. We've also collaborated with a client in the aerospace industry on their SAP RISE journey. Also, we have, apart from the usual, we also do a lot of work with startups. So we're doing something in the fitness space. We're helping the startup in the Middle East region and coming up with rolling out their platform. Similarly, a video games platform. And also, we have had a collaboration with one of the big four companies. That's one of the ones that Niranjan spoke about in Singapore. In fact, now we're talking at other regions as well with them, where we are actually collaborating with them to provide them this deeper skills needed in the digital side to help them ramp up with their initiatives. So I guess, that should give you a sense of the kind of client wins we have had. All of them are pretty main and center in the digital space, and we continue to acquire these customers. Thank you. Niranjan, over to you.
Thank you, Karanjit. Manas, let's open up for questions.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have our first question from the line of Mohammad Afroz, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
I understand. Yes, sir, Mohammed. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody there. Sir, I have to ask a question regarding first of all, I would like to congratulate the team. Sir, we are adding new clients. I would like to know what is the size of these orders like LIC and Karnataka governments and other clients we have added. What is the size of that business? Okay. And second thing is that we are not able to encash our bills which are due as a trade receivables. If I calculate, it is around 275 crores is still showing on my this website screen or on your books also. If we calculate at least 10% interest, it goes to 27 crores, okay, yearly. And we are achieving this 8 crore profit in this quarter. So it is not worth to do a business. Instead, we should have to make an FD or something like that. So how can we improve this and outcome from these problems? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed. So let me answer the second question first. I understand. Yes, you're right. I keep telling our operation people sometimes saying, I'm funding this large company. Unfortunately, the nature of the business is that, right? So we have large corporations that are bad paymasters. Okay, yes, when it comes to paymasters being the collectibles, right? It takes a long time. There are a few customers, just examples, right, I keep talking about. We have an IBM that does 90 days plus. We have UPS that pays us 90 days plus. And we have smaller ones that, pay us a little bit, in probably 30, 40 days, right? So we have various different customers with, various payment cycles. And, so talking about, the government contracts that we talked about, Karnataka and LIC, both of them are milestone contracts. What does that mean is that we need to achieve a certain milestone. And typically these milestones, right, in a commercial contract, what we tend to do is probably, we do monthly or, at least once in 2 month cycle. Whereas when it comes to the government kind of contracts, the first milestone is met after about 10 months. That is how the gestation period happens. So when that happens, right, yes, we are accruing those, but we're not collecting the money. Okay, so that's the reason why these DSO days are high. You're right, the number, you're almost right on the ballpark on the number when it comes to what is our receivable numbers looking like. But that is the nature of the business we are in. Unfortunately, since our size is not as big as probably some of the bigger boys, right, our negotiation our negotiation capability is less than what the big boys have. So we'll have to live with this for a little while longer if we want customers like them. And you're right, we could always say, okay, hey, I'll walk away from this, put it in the bank, but, hey, then that means my employees are idle, right? So I cannot do that. There's a cost factor to that, when we keep my employees idle. So I will have to do this because some of the cutting edge work that we do is with these large customers. So that also sharpens our capability, and that is something that we need to keep for other customers that we will be going after. And also, there's a principal customers. When I say, okay, I did this for a Fortune 100 company, I'm able to do it for you, then they'll believe us. Versus saying, okay, I did this for a small startup, that is what, we have to factor in. We are, if we were, like you said, right, just sitting on money, I could have done that, but, that is not what our business is. Right? We want to provide this cutting-edge technology solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. We have our next question from the line of Shahnawaz, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Shahnawaz. How's your evening?
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hello. Happy New Year, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Same to you, Shahnawaz.
Sir, I have a couple of questions. So,
sure, please go ahead.
First is, sir, the order book size. What is the order book size you have now?
So let me get back to you. Ask your next question. I'll answer that, and I'm going to get the data and talk to you on that. Go ahead. I'm waiting for the data to come in, and I'll speak to you about that.
Second question is, in your annual report, you said it is we are going to do $200 million business in 24-25. Earlier it was 300.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes back. In your annual report, hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. In your annual report, the guidance was like $200 million is aspiration, but it's for the 24 and 25. So where we stand, sir, are we really confident that we are going to do that in this financial year, coming financial year?
See, unless we face the quarters that we faced like last quarter, right, where it was very challenging for everyone, not just us, right? And, the jury is still out as to, how the market conditions, if and when U.S. is going into recession, we should be able to achieve that number. We are not shying away from the number that we gave. It's just that, external factors will influence, is what I'm trying to say, but we will be achieving those numbers. And Shanawaz, one of the questions that Mohammed asked me earlier, I didn't answer that. Let me just answer that. The LIC contract is around 90 crores, and the Karnataka government is around 45 crores is what it is. Okay. Sorry. Shanawaz, go ahead.
And your order book, sir, as of now?
I'm waiting for the date. I'll give it to you. I'm just waiting for the date.
Okay. Sir, employee size? What is your employee size?
Today we are around 1,800 people.
1,800. Sir, one more thing actually I want to understand. You have given preferences. The entire industry is challenging. Actually, I agree with you. But the PAT margin or EBIT margin, if we see, it's really, compared to any other peer in IT or digital industry, I think you are struggling most. So
I agree on that. I'm not disagreeing on that. It was challenging for us.
That is actually where we are interested as a shareholder.
I understand. We would be. That's what I'm trying to say, right? There were some hires that we made, like I said, ramping up, both on the sales side as well as for the LIC contract. We had a higher number of people. And in this market, we are aware that, while we are saying the market is tight, but the employees hiring also is a challenge too, right? So there are cost factors associated with that. That was what triggered. And some, like I said, late starts that added. Whereas, for us, since our balance sheet, our revenue size is smaller compared to others, the hit is going to be obviously showing versus others where they're able to hide it because of their large revenue base and large profit. That's the reason why you're seeing the numbers as they are. And, yes, we had a bad quarter. We would be doing much better this quarter and quarters going forward. And, again, external factors might influence it, but otherwise, we'll be doing much better.
So we are almost mid of
to answer your question. Sorry.
Yeah. So you said we are
going
to do much better, right?
Order book, we are around 800 crores is what the order book is. Sorry. Good. Sorry, your friend comes in Shanawaz.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the aspiration for the quarter is great, correct, sir? Particularly Q4 in terms of top line and bottom line. Can I take this as a...
today is February 14th, right? I'm going to say it's going to be much better than last quarter.
Half of the billing might have been done.
Yeah. So I say, at this point, we're doing much better than last quarter.
Much better than that. Okay. Great, sir. Thank you and all the best to the team. Especially, I am having a lot of faith on you. Maybe I am very hard sometimes, but with the management, I am having a lot of faith.
Fair questions, I will not answer questions every time, Shanawaz. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Every time, it's great. Yeah, keep us honest. Yes, please.
Yeah, you all are in our prayers, sir. We are going to see great things and under your leadership.
Operator request has been initiated. If you'd like to cancel this request, please press *0 again.
We have our next question from the line of Gunil Singh from Counter Cyclic PMS. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good
Hi,
evening.
Gurmeet.
I would like to understand, so you mentioned reaching $200 million revenue. So, I mean, and you also mentioned that you're doing much better in Q4 as compared to Q3. So, I mean, to just get a sense of what kind of top line and bottom line can we expect in FY25 based on the order pipeline and the order that we got?
And I just can't give you that information, Gurmeet, at this point. I just don't want to project out. I can give you targets a little bit longer, but I don't want to give short-term targets at all because, that is something that, I don't want to at this point.
Right. Thank you. And even if you, don't have an exact number, but what kind of growth are you looking at for FY25? Given the current order book and the pipeline, and you said that you are ramping up operations.
At this point, right, I just can't give you that, Gurmeet. I can give you what we have seen, in the order book and what the pipeline is showing, but, I don't want to say what can be booked because it's too much external influences that are going to matter this year specifically because of all the elections that are going on all over the world. So I just don't want to predict that, please. Apologize, I just can't do that.
Got it. So, just to get a sense, so the $200 million target that you set out, so, did you have a year in mind, say within 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years?
So we said, at that point, we said 3 years is what we gave the target, and that is the target we're sticking to at this point. Yes, correct.
All right. So basically, by FY26, we should be somewhere around that number.
Correct. Yes, that's what the target gave us. Yes, correct.
All right. And sir, what is our order pipeline? Order pipeline currently?
It's around 800 crores. Just around a little over 800 crores.
800 crores.
I'm talking about order book. Yes. The pipeline is going to be huge, and it keeps changing, right, as we go on. The pipeline is going to be very huge. But pipelines I cannot give on, right? I can give you order book. What is those pipelines is just the sales number the sales people are telling us. If and when they are converted is when we put it into order book.
All right, sir, got it. And when you say that currently Q4 is much better, so are we talking about quarter on quarter, or are you talking about Q4 last year?
We're talking about both, quarter on quarter as well as Q4 last year.
All right, sir, that is great. That's all from my side. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you, Gurmeet.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. We have a follow-up question from the line of Muhammad Afroz, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Muhammad, please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, as I see, our sales figure has improved since the last quarter around 4.7 crore, but our expenses have also increased. Like employee cost increased 6.4 crore, interest 0.3 crore, and other expenses 6.4, which sums to 13.1 crores.
Yes.
And sales are
like
only
I said,
for 4.7 crore. So if we are spending so much on these expenses and employees, so why we are not getting the output and we are not seeing the fruits on this revenue side of all these expenditures?
Mohammed, like I said, right, we ramped up for some projects that have started and some projects that got delayed. Okay, so because of everybody, this is not just us, everybody went through the same thing last quarter. There were surprises all the way till December end, where, there were certain projects that were supposed to have started, didn't start, but we hired the people and are on board. So that are getting started this quarter and the next quarter. So that is where you'll see, improvement in our revenue numbers and profitability. Okay? And the other thing, like I said, right, LIC required a lot of upfront employees that are required. So we had to ramp them up completely. We had employees, internally, we had to hire internally, then we had to get consultants. All those are costs added to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those are the factors. Those are the two main factors, and then you ask the interest cost, right? Interest cost is, again, as you are aware, right, interest rates have gone up and have stabilized now. Hopefully, it's going to come down. So that's a bearing of that than anything else. It's not like we did additional significant borrowing. There are some slight increases in working capital requirements that get adjusted. See, especially like I was saying earlier, right? Some of these government contracts are milestone based. So when I have 10 months before I get paid, now I have to pay my employees and my subcontractors. They're not going to stop. I have to pay rentals that, now I have offices in Bangalore, offices in Bombay to cater towards these customers. Those costs are being incurred. So that cash flow becomes tight, right? So that's why, some slight additional working capital we would have taken to help us get over these milestone-based contracts. And that cost is showing up in finance costs in addition to the interest costs. Okay,
so when we are expected to the billing of this LIC and Karnataka government?
It varies, right? Karnataka, at a certain time, we started. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you continue.
Finish up your thought.
You can.
So, you were asking, I don't have the exact date on when that is. Since we started, currently, correct me if I'm wrong, we started sometime in July, August of last year. Is when we started for this one, Karnataka. So it's 10 months from then is when we should be able to collect. Whereas LIC was in December time frame. So, it will start from 10 months from then, right? So this is going to be the thing. That's how it works. So around May is when, we should be getting the money from Karnataka government, and LIC is going to be sometime in October. Okay? That's when the first milestone. So assuming that no delays happen and all that stuff, right?
Will this billing improve our margins drastically?
See, the billings it's already accounted for accrual basis. Okay, where all of those things are accrual basis, we do that. Costs are also accrual basis. It is not going to increase as such. It's already accounted for today. What is the impact is the cash flow impact. So we'll get cash, so the interest costs come down. Okay, and some additional things that we might get. It's not like a significant impact it's going to be. That's it. Some impact is going to be there for sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Niranjan Chintam for closing comments.
Thank you, Manas, and thank you everyone for getting on our Q3 earnings call. Appreciate asking us questions. We would love to continue for you to ask us tough questions. Just so that we can give you all the information as is. We don't want to hide anything. This is something that we pride ourselves in. We want to give as much information as we can to our investors, so that they can make some informed decisions on our company. So thank you again, and looking forward to talking to you in the next quarter's earnings call, or if you pass by, Gurgaon and or Hyderabad, please look us up. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Kellton Tech Solutions Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.